The top VR headsets represent the next step in gaming progression, allowing users to feel totally involved in their roles as stars or heroes in their favorite titles, because of increased computation power and VR-ready laptops. Many of the greatest gaming laptops are already capable of running basic VR technology. All you require is the additional accessories. There are numerous VR headsets available these days, and they are linked with increasingly stunning games. Fortunately for you guys, we've had the opportunity to try out some of the greatest VR headsets in the market. From standalone goggles to full room immersion, the possibilities for your imagination have never been higher. To guide you in selecting the finest VR headset for you, we have selected the top 3 best VR headsets, their key features, and the factors you should consider. All of the products discussed in the video are linked in the description below. Number 3 in our list is Valve Index. In the current market, the Valve Index is an old dog. Valve Index so far is the only VR headset that has shown to be one of the finest money can buy today. Unfortunately, the Index lags behind the rest of the market in terms of resolution. The headset has dual 1440 by 1600 LCD panels that provide crisp but not mind-blowing image clarity. The variable refresh rate options allow you to dial in displays to match the capacity of your PC, which is quite useful if you have a less capable graphics card in your system. The Valve Index is compatible with frequencies of 80, 90, 120, and 144 Hz. And the most appealing feature is the adaptability of its tracking mechanism. The Steam VR tracking system is used by the Index headset, first seen on the original HTC Vive and then upgraded with the Vive Pro. The Lighthouse IR tracking system, on the other hand, remains the most precise tracking technology for home-based VR systems. This is especially true if you have a set of Steam VR 2.0 base stations. Furthermore, the Steam VR tracking system is compatible with a wide range of attachments, including Valve Index controllers, Vive trackers, and the recently funded Tundra trackers on Kickstarter. The Index is available as a standalone HMD that may be used to enhance an existing Steam VR system, such as an outdated Vive system. The Valve Index controllers can also be purchased separately or in combination with a headset. The whole kit, which includes the headset, 2 controllers, 2 2.0 base stations, and wall mounting hardware, is the greatest value for VR beginners. Number 2 is HTC Vive Pro 2. If you're looking for the best VR headset money can buy, look no further. The HTC Vive Pro 2 is a recommendation. This is a massive kid's toy, with the headset alone costing $800, without taking into account the additional accessories and high-end PC. The HTC Vive Pro 2's 4896 by 2448 resolution, precision motion tracking, and Steam VR integrations, on the other hand, make it a must-see for specialists and budget-busting fans. That resolution is at the very top of the current market, providing incredibly clear graphics that you won't find on less expensive headsets. You're linked to a PC via a link box connection here. This shows that the risk of tripping is real. If you're up and running, we found the setup process to be a little lengthy in our tests. It took a long time to map out the base stations, and we strongly advise wall hanging them for the maximum impact. For the whole experience, you'll need 2 Steam VR base stations and motion controllers, which will cost you roughly $600 additional. However, once you do, you'll have access to a whole new degree of tracking and motion. Other VR headsets may struggle to beat it at times, unless they sacrifice other features. The excellent resolution is a big draw here, having a 120-degree field of view and a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. If you're going all in on a future-proof setup and want your games to look as nice as possible while doing so, this is where you should put your money. Everything in the case of all that technology is likewise quite high-end. We like the futuristic front design, but not as much as we like the lightweight design, despite the fact that we were connected to a PC. This was a very adaptable experience. We did note that HTC Vive Pro 2's quality gradually revealed itself over time. It took us a few days to fully integrate the proper settings for our eyes. As a result, it's important to note that you'll need some extra experimenting time for the greatest results. However, once there, the investment will be well worth it. Number 1. Meta Quest 2. Although there has been added some extra bucks to its price, but comparing its features and quality with other VR headsets, Meta Quest 2 is still a cheaper option. At this price, the Meta Quest 2's efficiency suffers a minor setback as well. However, with the new LCD at 1832 into 1920 per eye, it is still the greatest VR headset available right now. For the price of an entry-level headset, the Quest 2 provides outstanding clarity. However, it is much more than that. First and foremost, sure, that can be a concern, but it isn't always. The Quest 2 evolves from a standalone VR headgear with Oculus Link to much more. It transforms into an all-in-one VR Swiss Army knife, capable of excellent on-the-go VR and gaming across Team VR and Oculus Rift compatible titles. Thanks to a recent upgrade, it can now refresh at up to 120Hz, making the deal even better. There are 2 storage options available, 256GB and 128GB. There are additional 64GB variants available. However, because this was the only inexpensive storage option available at the time, for the same price, Meta replaced it with a 256GB model. So we don't encourage getting the 64GB device unless it's significantly lower than the MSRP. I've been testing the less capacious unit of the 3. Even with substantially less storage, you'll have no trouble installing a half-decent catalog of VR games, experiences, and apps. The Quest 2 is one of the easiest headsets to set up on this list, with built-in inside-out tracking and hand tracking. In just a few minutes, you can go from unboxing to being up and running in VR. The first time you use the headset, you'll have to remove it, memorize Wi-Fi passwords, put it back on, and then wait for a couple of updates. It's a little tricky, but you only have to do it once, and it's fairly quick. Recommending the Oculus Quest 2 is a huge hit. However, it intends to gain virtual world dominance by mandatory Facebook account login. A Facebook account is required for the Oculus Quest 2. Despite this, researchers have found a way around it. According to the company, it is to better offer you as a customer with services and products. Although for a long time, the only noticeable benefit was direct-to-feed screenshots. Meta did not perform well. This obligatory login appears to be on its way out. However, it is still in place. Quest 2 is a simple gadget for getting started with VR. Most wired headsets need the usage of 1 or 2 external sensors. As with its predecessor, the Oculus Quest 2 is a self-contained machine capable of tracking, controls, hand and headset movement without the need for additional hardware. The inside-out tracking on the Quest 2 keeps up remarkably well and without worry of losing sight of the sensors. The low-power silicon is still a hindrance to the standalone experience. There's no getting past the fact that the Quest 2 not only handles with the inbuilt processor, but also tries to preserve battery power to ensure a half-decent run, which is around 2 hours of battery life for games. The Quest 2 is simply unrivaled as an all-purpose VR headset for a wide range of applications. The fact that it is also the most affordable VR headset we advise is icing on the cake. That concludes our list of the best VR headsets in 2023. I hope you found this video useful, and if so, please give it a big thumbs up, which I always appreciate. Let us know which VR headset you plan to purchase in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please smash the like button. And subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future videos. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.